Everybody's got travels 10/21 on the Tuesday. These weeks, I don't know. And then they're talking about rain tomorrow. God. And then they complain, we're short of rain. How? It's rained more this year than I've ever remembered, ever. Let's get into it. In Brazil, a Cabo Frio once Fruto wants cruises to come back. They used to have 40 per season. But of course, those were smaller ships. So they've dredged the channel, put in new concrete anchor points to tie up to. You still have to tender, but they've gotten the tenders down to bigger boats and 8-minute tenders. MSC goes there and Costa goes there in the South American ports. And they said with the inspection, maybe more. Good for another South America visit. Alda, a cruise line, in 2026 has family friendly prices to Norway for $18.70 and Mediterranean treasure Corsica at $16.70. Wow. They said they also talked about how they're open to multi-generations, 3 generations, 4 generations. Open doors to 2 or 3 rooms. And so family. Six Flags superfan Travis Klika. I'll say that wrong because I don't watch football, but I know he's an NFL player. I do my research. 9% stake at Six Flags. Wow. He also announced it and showed pictures of himself back in the day going to his Six Flags on Twitter or X. A construction update on Cauca Park. They're a Brazilian chocolate company doing a theme park in Brazil for 27. They have different rides and what looks like a giant roller coaster. And this one from Twitter or X again, maybe a dino bike swing ride. It's hard to see what that is. I don't know. And of course, our big news today is Carnival. They, quote, set the record straight on gratitudes or tips. But of course, the only thing they do is list, they pull the money and goes to dining, housekeeping, culinary, and others. Wow, is that vague? When I first started cruising, we got envelopes. It was the guy who took care of, or woman that took care of our room cleaner, the drink or sommelier in the dining room, our waiter, and the head maitre d' who trained those 2 people. And he got like a quarter. So, yeah. And those were the people we tipped. When they took it over, those prices just jump every year. Jump. And we go, you're stealing the tips. And they go, nope. Then why are you jumping it every year? Before that, they got pretty good money, fairly good money. I mean, you were talking, what? Even I mean, we're talking $10 a room, 30 room. I mean, 25 over 25 years ago in the 90s, you're talking, we were figuring out the guy was making 300 to 500 just cleaning the rooms. And he's probably making less than that now. I don't even know. I just remember this. I worked in restaurants when I was younger. My whole family did. I ended up doing bartending for a while. Don't ask me, I haven't bartended in 20 years, okay? Probably, 20 years, okay? When the rise of the credit cards started to come, less tips came. Because it was all cash before that, all cash. As long as the drawer was good, the rest was mine. My drawer was me. Me talking to you, handing you drink, handing you drink, handing you drink, give me money. Thank you, this is the tip, this is the tip. In 4 days, I made a lot of money. Rise of the credit card, it dropped a third. And these were not even 10% of the cards. All of a sudden, what's his name? The manager has a BMW 3 Series. Yeah. He's saying, oh, I fairly count it. I'm fairly counting it. No, you're not fairly counting it. You're stealing it from us. And it got so bad that most of us started to walk out. And this is the collapse of the restaurant and bar that I worked at. Because they basically, you stole. 2020, the news thing that's still on, does that every time. Do restaurants steal from the tippers? Yes. Every time there is a thing they do about it. Yes, they steal from the tippers. Because you know what? Why do you, the waitress, and the bar people, get all the money and I have to pay this huge amount to the cooks? I have to pay the dishwasher boy. I have to pay all these people. Well, that's how it worked. You weren't rich off the restaurant business. We lived good off the restaurant business. We weren't rich. Now you look at it today and they have all the tips and they say, and we divide out the tips like this. You see how rich they are. Restaurants turned into a rich man's thing and we're doing so well. Everyone who works for them is because they take your tips. Why should you get $700 a waitress and I have to pay the cook almost $700 to $900? Where's that money supposed to come from? Comes from your good work in the restaurant and your food and atmosphere and where you are and everything. It's not stealing the tips and paying everybody from them and keeping everyone down, and you're raking in the profits because you don't have to pay for half the staff anymore. That's why. And Carnival has only turned, and all the other time, every year it goes up, and their profits just go through the roof. They're stealing the tips. And I have these people that talk about, oh no, they're not doing this. Don from Don's Family Vacation, he is a travel agent. That man would never, listen to me people, Don will never speak bad against the cruise industry. His number one job is to sell travel and profit from it. He would never speak bad against those people, ever. He would side with those people and against you any day. Because his job is to side with them who pays him. Not you. Them. I want you to know that. He's a nice man, but his number one job is a travel agent. His second job is on YouTube talking about travel. To get more business as a travel agent. That's why he sides with the companies. I'm not a travel agent. I'm a traveler who talks about my experiences traveling and doing things. My money goes to pay whatever I want. Nobody tells me anything. If I badmouth a company bad enough and they blacklist me, I will tell you I'm blacklisted. I might be from Carnival. It's never been clear for my badmouthing of, the president and, you know, the British man that talks funny on Facebook, you know, along with several other people I know. I don't side with the company. I look at it as like you do. My money goes to the people I believe in or who my value goes to. Okay? So them stealing tips, probably, because that's what happened to me. I left restaurant that was very profitable for me until the day they held on to the money and divided up the tips, and they were stealing from them. And I will never not say they didn't steal from me, because my pay dropped 30% on 10% of the credit cards. That was stealing, and this is what this is too. I not will ever say that it's not stealing. Carnival, show us book. Show us where the money goes. I want to see how many people this tips really go to. I would love to see that. No, they can't, because they're paying everyone with them. Everyone with them. All right? Let's review today. I'm sorry I tear into these things, but I mean, I just can't take these. I can't. It disgusts me. Brazil wants cruise lines to come back. Congratulations. They used to do it in the 70s, apparently. Love boat era. The Dredge's Channel new anchor points and bought new tender boats to help. So MSC currently goes. Alda, a cruise line, has family pricing. Good for you. Let's get the multi-generations come and have fun. That sounds like a great time. I saw plenty of that on MSC. If you watch my videos from MSC, they're coming. I have more, like the next 4 or 5 days. Probably more. I don't know. We'll see. Six Flags superfan. The football player Travis, 9% in Six Flags. Wow. He showed pictures from his childhood at his Six Flags on Twitter or X. And a Brazilian theme park that's being built by a Brazilian chocolate company has progress. There's pictures of it, including, what's this picture of? A dinosaur swing? A flying pterodactyl something? It's never clear. And of course, we continue with our, does Carnival steal the tips? Well, you know, I went on probably a 5-minute rant about how I worked at the restaurant business, and the moment they got their hands on the tips because of credit cards, they were stealing the tips. 2020 and other news programs have talked about this over the years. As soon as they get their money on their hands, they're stealing the tips and paying everybody else, and not the tip person that's supposed to be, or what we're told the tip person isn't anymore. And then, of course, they like, oh, it's this, or it's this, or this. But then again, this is the listing today was dining, housekeeping, culinary. I never heard of tipping the kitchen before in my life. And I grew up in the kitchen. That's not what tipping was. Tipping was the waitress, the bartender, the drink girl, you know. No, now back, that was your problem. And others. Yeah, that sounds like it's now our tips are going to, you know, like, I don't know, maintenance, hotel staff. I don't know. It could be anybody at this point. You know, they're raking in more money than ever, but they can't tell us where they're going. You know, all we want is transparency, Carnival. Show us where the money is. How does it break down and where does it go? Tell us. We want to know. We want to know. Have a good night.